Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're going to get started in a minute. I'm about to invite my colleague, Amelia, who is a co-host for today's program. I hope you're excited to join us. Hello.
Hello! So excited to be here on MentorTalks today.
That's great, Amelia.
Hi.
How
So
are you
excited.
doing?
I'm
I
doing
know.
great.
Oh, yes.
Actually, physically, is that okay? I'm gonna do it because I love where I happen to live. I'm in Malawi, in Southern Africa. It's hot here. It's amazing. What an amazing place. But I love our global world that we can just like tune in from all these various places and be together in this one virtual space. It's so exciting.
Oh, yeah. I'm here in Dhaka, everyone. And
Woo!
so a few countries away from where Amelia is, and our guest, Teresa, is going to be joining us from North America. So we'll talk to her about that in a minute. But hello, my name is Asha Bay, and I am joined by my colleague, Amelia Shaw, who's from the AW team.
Woohoo! Awesome!
And we're part of the Office of Alumni Affairs at the U.S. Department of State and the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. Our office opens the door to grant opportunities, a global network of 1.8 million exchange alumni, and professional development, such as this show. And on MentorTalks, we connect you to exchange alumni leaders, like our guest today, Teresa Ferreiro, who is an entrepreneur, patient advocate, coaching professional, and an exchange alumni of the Academy of Women Entrepreneurs program, or AW, as it's also known. And since we're talking about AW, Amelia, can you tell us a little bit more about the AW program?
And then I would love nothing more than to tell you about this awesome program, Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. It's fantastic. This is a U.S. Department of State initiative, so U.S. government initiative that empowers women. It was launched in 2019 in just 26 countries, and here we are in 2022 in more than 100 in 100 countries, and we are benefiting 25,000 women around the world, empowering them with the knowledge, the networks, the access they need to launch or scale a business. So whether you are a woman entrepreneur with a dream of opening a business, or you already have a business, this program helps that woman's business to grow. And it's just very, very exciting.
It is. It is. You are really helping a lot of people. And we see a lot of like Teresa, our guest today. Hi, Teresa.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you. It's exciting. Yes. So, Amelia, do you have another question for the audience?
Oh, yeah. And I just want to say it's so exciting for us to have Teresa here. You know, as I mentioned, AW has helped so many women around the world, but it's not every day that we get to talk to them face to face. So I'm very excited to hear Teresa's story. And, you know, I have to ask this question, Teresa. Like, you went through the AW program in Spain. How was the experience, and what did it do for you and your business?
Well, thank you for that question, because it allows me actually to give something back, and thank you for inviting me as well. For me, the program was, it helped me in so different ways. The first one, the network that it built with women who are also my friends, super talented women, and being with them, sharing the same challenges, helped me not to feel so alone. And and also the content that we got was very helpful in terms of what to do next. For me, for example, it was like realizing that I had an initial concept of what I wanted to do, and then I started changing and pivoting and iterating because I really wanted it to evolve. and the conversations that we had was very, very helpful. And yeah. And there are more things, but I could be here like forever talking about what
Yes.
what I got from the program.
The idea that you had, it was like 12 years in the making, right? Soul
Yeah.
Reconnect?
Yeah. Actually, I realized later that it had been 20 years in the making, because it started when I had breast cancer. And that was the beginning of my journey. First, I had breast cancer, then I got pregnant, then I wrote a book, then I became a certified coach, then I wrote my PhD. And at some point, it was like, what am I going to do with all of this? Because it's a lot, and I really wanted to turn into something real. And the fact that the program actually was there helped me realize that it could really become true, and help me persevere and go farther, even when I felt that maybe, because you are discouraged. There are moments when you are going through all of these emotions, that you have emotional situation that make you maybe feel down, and also, you can just say, who cares? And actually, there are so many people who care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asha, can I just break in, because I have so many questions. I'm like, because it sounds like the whole experience of being in awe, it's like it helped you to take different pieces of your life and make this thing out of it, which is your business. But like, tell us more about your business and what it actually does.
My business, what we do now, we offer companies. I'm going to tell you the final version, okay? Not how it started with all. We want to bring companies and offer companies coaching for their employees who have cancer or diagnosed with cancer. And the type of coaching that we are offering can be through live sessions with certified coaches, and they can also be actually online through programs that they can come and watch. So it's basically like a more on-demand training that they can follow. And the key thing, apart from the concept that it's the first time that I hear something like this, nobody else does it. And apart from that, and besides that, the key thing is that we have developed our own model based on the fact that I first had the cancer, so I could learn from experience what patients might need. And then I through my PhD, I did a lot of research. So everything that we're offering, the full model, is based on research on what we think works. And we focus on, when we talk about coaching and coaching people with cancer, it's not about telling them when to have their pill or their drugs or what to eat. It's about how they want to feel in this process. It's about reconnecting with who they are, so that they can regain their power and actually give the disease the importance they want it to be in their lives, and also become the person in the steering wheel, so that they can be the ones deciding. Because sometimes when we have this diagnosis, everybody has an opinion, everybody wants to decide, and they think they know more than you. And they take away that power from you. You become a patient. It's like patients don't do anything. So we want them to feel again that they are still, and even more, that complete person who can decide and who can run their life, their situation.
Yeah, that's powerful. You're giving them this like power so that they don't have to feel like out of control, right?
Yeah,
it's so inspiring.
Yeah, so inspiring. Yes.
Thank you.
So I think now we turn to audience questions if we have time. Amelia, do you want to get us started?
Yes. Let me see if I can see audience question. I am going to admit something very embarrassing, that I am new to Instagram. I just said it out loud. Oh my Now the whole world knows, so I have to learn how to hear.
Okay.
But I love seeing how people are tuning in from South Carolina and Malaysia. I see Washington, D.C. in here. Well, I don't know if I want audience who's watching, please do send us a question. And in the interim, because I can't seem to find where the questions are, Teresa, I want to ask you a question, because I know that right now there's October is breast cancer awareness. There's a lot of breast cancer awareness happening in the month of October. The U.S. Embassy where I am, a lot of people are wearing pink. I should have been wearing pink today. I've got a little pink in my necklace in recognition of breast cancer awareness. But like, I'd love to hear more about, like, you started this business to coach people who are survivors of cancer and living with cancer to come back into the workforce. Like, can you tell us what does the research show, and like, tell us a little bit more about that. What are some of the obstacles that people commonly face, and how do you help them?
To come back to work, you mean, in that moment when you decide to come to work? Yeah. Thank you for that question. It's a really good one. People face many obstacles. We are focused not only on when they go back to work, also to help them throughout the whole process. And one of the things that happens is actually that when they are diagnosed, they realize that they can't go to work, and they lose part of their purpose.
Yeah.
So they feel empty. And some others realize that actually it's the other way around. It's like, why have I spent so much time in something that I don't like? So basically, not going to work is the first step of thinking and feeling, what am I going to do now? And then it's also important what happens in your organization, the impact that what is happening to you has on others, on your team, in your colleagues, and how they also navigate it. Because it can mirror other experiences, and it can make them remember the things that maybe had forgotten, whatever, so many things. And then when it is about how we want to go back to work, who we want to be when we go back to work, it's our chance to really redefine the type of work that we want to do and how. And then also about maybe getting rid of toxic behaviors that we all have. All of us have them, all of us. So both us and our teams. So it's also a good time to revisit, so that we can turn our job and our life into what we want it to be, instead of just accepting.
Yeah.
I want to follow up on that. How did you find that new path?
Sorry, the connection broke. Can you repeat that, Asha?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I was wondering how you found that new path for yourself. You were talking about, after when you're trying to get back in, or even working with your company and dealing with breast cancer.
Yeah, for me, it was very natural, because every time in my professional career, I've been changing a lot. Every 5 years, I would change and do something else, because that's the way I am. So I would get bored, and I would look for a new challenge. And then when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it was like, okay, I'm going to stop and recover. And then what do I want to do next? So basically, I had a job as a project manager in a business school. And at the same time, in parallel, I had this need to help. So it was, for a while, I was like having two different activities as part of my profession. One of them was, the real one, like, paid. And the other one was that one that would also be nurturing for me. And then everything came together. At some point, it was like, okay, my certification as a coach, which was initially something that I wanted to do for myself and to help other women who wanted to become moms after breast cancer. That's why I got certified as a coach, to actually support them in their journey. And then I realized that I also wanted to do that with the executives in leadership. So in the company I was working in, it's a business school, I started coaching executives. And that's when everything came together, and the power of coaching together with the patients, and how that executive coaching could also help these women grow. And yeah, after a while, I realized that I was doing everything at a time, and it's who I am now.
That's
That's great.
amazing. I mean, it sounds just like such a journey of your business model is like a journey of self-discovery, and I love it. It's like I want to sign up for coaching with you because I feel like I have so many habits that I can get rid of. I have so many things that in my mind hold me back, and it feels like, from what I'm hearing, your whole business model is all about empowering women after they go through this experience that's deeply, could be like just deeply life-changing, this cancer experience, and it's so inspiring.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's actually what you're saying is totally the way I see it too. It's about first using this experience, and I don't want to say in a positive way, because some people will say that I'm grateful to cancer because it allowed me to go one step farther or whatever, and that's the reason, and that's fine. Some other won't and will never say that I'm grateful, and that is also fine. Our invitation is to take the chance and the opportunity to use this experience as understand it as a journey into something else.
Yeah.
And as you were saying, Amelia, there's so many beliefs that hold us back.
Yeah, particularly as women.
And in business, and I could see that as well, that we were all sometimes stuck in different beliefs. And that's why talking to others also help. And of course, talking to a coach helps a lot as well. And realizing, or just talking to yourself, watching videos on YouTube, realizing that we are a lot more than our fears. If we give power to our fears, then we are not having that power ourselves. And so the question, how is that fear preventing me from turning my dream into something real? I think it's something that we should all ask to ourselves and then take an action.
That's good advice.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have a question from Marianne. Yes. She asks, how have you stayed involved and connected with the embassy and or the other women in your all class?
Well, we have a WhatsApp group, of course. We are connected on LinkedIn. Every time we are connected with one another. Every time there is the opportunity to organize like a breakfast together, we do it through the consulate, through you guys, through all these institutions. So, and then there are also private initiatives, dinner here and there.
Mm-hmm. And can I ask you, do you think, is that important? I mean, I know it sounds like a silly question, but like, is there something important about getting women together who have these same dreams, these same ambitions? Like, what did that give you? Did it give you something? I'm assuming it must have.
I think it's very, very important. And it gave me a lot. It gave me a sense of identity. We are all people, right? And then and
I want to. Yo soy Ale.
Exactly. And then what happened to me actually is that being surrounded by these talented women with these amazing ideas made me actually look at my own idea with the different eyes, because even coaches, sometimes we have our limiting beliefs and our fears, of course. So sometimes I was like, maybe it's not such a big deal. But then I was like, well, if they selected me, there was fierce competition, right? And I'm here. And I'm among all these women. They must have seen something in me. I'm not going to let them down. So that was very, very important to realize that the idea was good because I could see in the eyes of others that same as their idea was good, I could see myself through their own eyes. Yeah, and sharing the challenges is so important. And also sharing contacts when we need, freelance to do something for us. We contact our network and we ask, and we know that the contacts we will get are good.
Speaking of challenges, we have a question from Emily. Did you face any obstacles during your startup process? And if so, how did you overcome them?
I face many obstacles and I keep facing them every day. And one thing that helps me very much is having a team. Having a team of people who work with me in this project and bought in and are really part of Soul Reconnect. I think that's very, very important so that you can share those obstacles that you might have. Obstacles, yes, in terms of myself, biggest obstacle, my doubts, and then all kind of things like paperwork. Being an entrepreneur and creating a business implies that there are things that you love to do and others that you won't like to do. And when you have to spend one day doing things that you don't like to do, it can be very So when I'm there talking to, for example, to the lawyers to have all the paperwork and make sure that everything is the way it has to be and according to the regulations, sometimes the obstacle again is me, is knowing that it's important for me to go through that even if I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, and so much of your answer resonates with something that you said at the beginning of this mentor chat about like being part of the AWE program that made you feel less alone. And I'm guessing that like running a business, there's a lot of psychology involved. Like it is so much about, I'm guessing, you tell me if I'm right or wrong about this, but like your confidence in yourself is so important. Yeah. And having other people there with you, so it must be scary. Am I right to run a business?
It is super, super scary. And actually, now that you mentioned that, one of the things that we organized once we finished the master classes that the program was providing, I made the offer to organize like a coaching workshop for the women who wanted to join so that we could actually address some of the emotional difficulties and concerns. And it was so nice. They did, well, we all did such a great job in terms of facing our fears and visualizing where we wanna be. And one thing I also see is that as a group, we become stronger than as individuals. So, because we become like a system. So, all like my school or my class, or I don't know how you are, my group, whatever you use to define us, we are stronger as all that each of us individually, and we are already very strong. What happens is that all actually feeds up from those individualities, so that and then we get that energy back, knowing that we are part of that program. I don't know if I'm explaining myself clearly. It's like we create a system. And then that system where we put in also gives us so much back that it energizes us.
I think in English we say sometimes the whole is greater than the sum of all the parts. It's like coming together, you're just bigger than all of you can be one by one.
Thank you for putting it into such nice words.
Yeah. So we have another question from the audience. What did you learn about yourself through your experience? And how did your journey with cancer shape your worldview?
Something that I learned about myself through the experience, I understand through my whole journey ever since I had cancer. something I learned is that I'm totally capable, and that I trust myself, and that I am the person who gets to decide what's good for me. So I can listen to the experts, either a doctor or an IT professional. I don't care. I can listen to them, but at the end of the day, the decision is mine. Wow. And I need to be also responsible, like accountable for my own decisions. That's very important, because that also makes me accountable for my life, and my life is mine. So I won't let others take the decisions for me.
That's amazing. I mean, I have a question, and I think that maybe, Asha, I'm learning how to use Instagram, because I think I saw this question go by in the chat. But it's a question that I also have, because, you know, this experience is so inspiring and empowering. There are people out there who are listening to us right now, women, maybe men too, who have maybe a dream to open a business or to start some sort of venture. They're trying to launch some sort of project or enterprise. What advice, what words of wisdom do you have for them? I'm really curious.
Well, well, as a coach, I don't like to give advice. However, what I could tell them is to believe in themselves. Don't let others push them down, make them feel they are not worth it, make them feel they are not enough. Never, ever, even themselves. Even if they have that voice that is telling them, you are not good enough for this, challenge that voice and go for it, and go for your dream. Because if you don't try, you will never know. And of course we fail. I mean, I've had so many other ideas that didn't work out the way I would have hoped they would. And even those ones are also part of my journey. And maybe this is not the end of my journey. Maybe Soul Reconnect is another milestone, or another part of something else, something different, something maybe bigger or not. Who knows? I don't believe in failure, actually. I think it's part of our development. And we may feel bad, we don't get what we want, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of learning, and that's the journey. That's how we progress. Mm-hmm.
Solid advice.
Solid. Yes. It goes right to the heart too. I don't know about anyone else, but I feel like all choked up. Like, yeah, this is so amazing. I feel so inspired.
I do. Yes, thank you, Teresa.
Thank you so much. So much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you. I'd like to also say thank you to Amelia for joining me and being my co-host today, and also to our live audience. Sure.
Can I take 1 second to do a shameless plug?
I'm
sure that somebody out there could maybe put in the chat. There is a very beautiful article that we wrote about Teresa and her business. And I think I'd love to be able to share it, and maybe somebody who's more technologically capable than me can put the link in the chat.
Our chats, you mean?
Yeah, and it's just a beautiful story, and it's just been such a pleasure for me to be able to be here and hear your voice today, son, your own words. Tell about your inspiring journey. It's really been a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you. The privilege is mine. Thank you so much for inviting me, and for giving us space and room, and for creating the program as well, and believing in us and what we can do. Thank you.
Okay.
We believe in you. We believe in all of you.
If you're looking for more career tips from Exchange Alumni leaders, you can find them on our website, alumnistate.gov, and you can also find more MentorTalks episodes on Facebook at International Exchange Alumni. And if you're looking for job leads, you can follow us on LinkedIn, #Exchange Alumni. And for the latest alumni news, join us on Twitter at Alumni. Thanks for watching, and see you all soon for our talks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.